Hello, Jump. I'm going to be asking Becca a few questions about medical.
I'm a travel nurse.
She's a travel nurse. Okay, how much is your pay or salary?
Oh my goodness, it's very private. Salary, let's see. I'd say, well, since I'm a travel nurse, I actually travel around the country and do different contracted jobs, and I get tax-free money because I'm working in an out-of-state from my home. So to the IRS, I only make about $25,000 a year because a lot of my pay comes from tax-free. So I actually don't really know how much I make. I probably make about $65,000 a year.
Okay, that's a lot. How many hours do you work a day?
I work 12-hour shifts, so I will show up at 7 a.m. and leave before 8 p.m., hopefully, if it's a good day. So about 13 hours.
Do you ever get a break?
I do. I make sure that I take a break. A lot of nurses don't because they feel like there's too much going on, but I think it's important to take a break. So I take, we're supposed to take a 15-minute break in the morning and a 30-minute break in the afternoon, and then another 15-minute break if we can fit it in towards the end of our shift.
Why did you start working in this field?
Well, I grew up with my mom has always been a nurse, and my dad was a paramedic. And when I was in the hospital taking care of my dad, the week I turned 18, he ended up dying the week I turned 18, and that's when I was deciding where I was going to work. And this nurse was really awesome, and she made the difficult experience easier to handle, and I decided that I wanted to do that for people like what she did for me. So I became a nurse because of that.
How many people do you usually help out a day?
Oh my gosh, if we could only count, probably like 150. I get called by, I usually take care of patients, like I'll have 4 or 5 at a time, but those will come in and out, sometimes with discharges. But I'd say that I get asked probably, I'd say 5 questions a minute is what it seems like. So I get asked hundreds of questions a day by many different therapists and doctors, and if I'm not on the phone talking to someone, I'm probably talking to a family member in the room, or I'm talking to the patient, or I'm talking to insurance companies or case management, so it's really a lot. I talk to a lot of people. I'm really the advocate for the patient, so if there's anything that needs to be discussed about the patient, it comes through me.
That's a lot for just 12 hours.
Yeah, it's kind of insane. It stretches you very thin.
Do you know any of the other jobs that can branch off from being a travel nurse?
So do you mean like if I were to get more education, or just
Just like if you become a travel nurse, could you go into another medical field?
Oh, so like they have travel physical therapists, they have travel occupational therapists, they have travel physicians. I'm not sure if they have travel vets, like veterinarians or not, but I know that wherever there's a need and wherever there are people who move, like, for example, a lot of my job happens, like, one, because there's flu season, and in the winter there's an influx of patients in the hospital, and they just can't staff the hospitals during the winter. But a lot of my job happens because of snowbirds. So like in the states that are south, I don't know if you know about snowbirds, but people move from the north into the south during the winter, and then they move to the north from the south during the summer. So there are, and the hospitals like where I'm at now in Arizona can't handle the influx of patients that come in, so they're forced to hire us out for contracts.
What degree do you need to get this job?
Depending on the state you're in, a lot of states are shying away from associate's degrees, which is a 2-year degree. I have my bachelor's, and it's just been easier for me to get a degree because I have my bachelor's. They want you to have that extra education, and with the bachelor's, you do a lot of research papers in college, and so it just shows that you have a little bit more knowledge in the research department.
Okay, final question. Would
Okay.
would this be a good job for people that don't like to see a lot of blood and broken bones?
I would say no, because on the daily I see some kind of something coming out of a human. So maybe you'll get used to it if you start doing it. I don't know, but like my patient had a really bad bloody nose today. So
Well, that's good to know.
yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoyed learning about travel nursing.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Becca.
You're welcome. I'll talk to you later, Sean.
Bye.
Bye.